So now I'm gonna move into if your business is maybe more style based, if you're doing vintage, your closet is more just like a vibe. How I saw retail at JCPenney, because with JCPenney, original retail and their margins, because most of the stuff was private label, was just whatever they wanted it to be. So again, I worked in jewelry. I don't know a lot about jewelry even after working there, but that's kind of telling on that whole story. We would buy pearl earrings every year, and they were supposedly natural saltwater pearls. Essentially what we were doing is we were just, well, actually I personally wasn't doing this. There was some guy in LA and he was injecting the pearls and they were getting super irritated and they produced all these pearls, but we could legally say if they were natural seawater pearls. We would say that the original retail was like, I think $129.99. We were paying less than $5, less than $3 for each of those items. But the reason why we were able to say that the original retail was $129 is because for 3 days a month on the website and at the JCPenney store, it was $129. That is the legal way to establish original retail in the United States. What is telling is that that was an original retail that you could just kind of create. If you are buying things that are based on style and trends and what you think are really cool, if you're also sourcing a different way and your business isn't brand focused, you can really create the price that you want, which I think is such a cool way to run a business. It's very different than my business. It's very different than what I feel comfortable with. I will say it was a little bit of a bummer in that specific regard, because I do feel like customers of JCPenney somehow thought, oh wow, this is really originally worth $129.99. And really, we were paying next to nothing for it. That was something that was hard for my moral compass, but that is another story. Okay, so those two different examples are I have come from in terms of retail math and corporate buying. And I do think it speaks to kind of how I run my business. When I worked at Neiman's, I was a part of the executive development program where we got to do retail math for about 3 months. It was a super intensive course, and we really got to look at so many different parts of the business and how to make it profitable. And so on the next part too, send your questions below if you have anything, if you want. I know that this is like a very specific to me thing, but I think retail math and how businesses make a profit is interesting. I hope it is for you, but appreciate you guys. And yeah, just let me know what your questions are about profitability, because I do think it's super important. And I want all of us to have super profitable businesses, really healthy margins, and just run a successful business, because I do not believe in debt in reselling.